the brand new PXG Gen-3 irons. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time watching my content, first of all, we are reviewing today the brand new PXG Gen-3 irons. And we are here at the beautiful Woodsome Hall Golf Club, where I've just been fit for said irons. So massive thanks to joining the boys here at Woodsome Hall for getting us up in the studio. Massive thanks to the guys at PXG for coming and fitting me in the studio. Now let's talk irons. So you see guys, in this new range from PXG, we have a number of different heads. We have the T, we have the P, we have the XP, and we also have the ST. So as I said, I've just had a full fitting session on these Gen-3 irons, and we've ended up with the Gen-3T, which is a lovely sleek looking head. It's not quite the smallest head. There is the ST head, which is tiny. And we've come out here at Woodsome Hall to come and play with the club. And that could be a birdie on the first. Could definitely be a birdie on the first. Definitely can't be leaving these dirty. These things aren't cheap. £450 a head ish. And you see guys, I couldn't do this video without touching on the price. They are obviously quite expensive. They're probably some of the most expensive golf clubs on the market. But generally you get what you pay for, don't you? I'm not going to go through the whole spiel like I did with the Generation 1 irons, where we talk about Rolexes and BMWs and Ferraris and Mercedes. If you want a nice desirable product, then you're going to pay for that nice desirable product. The big thing for me here is, how do these irons perform, how do they feel, and could I game them? I suppose going off this first shot, well yeah. And you see guys, in the fitting we did have the option for the numerous different clubs. I should probably mention as well, this is a bit of a one club challenge. We do only have the 7 iron. I kind of stole it out of the van afterwards because I enjoyed it. They'll get it back, So can we birdie the first hole here at Woodsome Hall with just a PXG Gen-3 7 iron? Go! Nearly. Should definitely take the flag out. So I guess for me the first part of this video really has to be about the fitting session. The fitting session, very, very good. It was with one of PXG's master fitters, Lawrence, and it was pretty fantastic to be honest. It was really good, really enjoyable, pretty relaxed. I got to try all the heads, I got to try what would work, what wouldn't work, and that's a big thing in fittings. So many times you'll go for a fitting and the fitter will just give you whatever they think will work. Usually you'd have a club in your hand at that point. But I like to try what won't work. I like to see why it won't work. I like to prove that it won't work. So for instance, I tried the XP iron, knowing that realistically that head's going to be too big for me. It's not going to spin enough. It's just going to go probably too far. And that's exactly what it did. 200 yards, 7 iron. We also tried the P iron, which does have a little bit of offset, and for me, I just couldn't quite enjoy it. I couldn't quite feel that I was trying to pressure the golf ball, which is why we ended up with the T iron. As for the ST iron, just way too thin. Right, this is a 400 yard par 4 uphill. Can we get there in 2 with 2 Gen-3 7 irons? I'm going to probably say no, but after the fitting, you never know. Right, we're going to have to step on this. Tell you what. Another one of them and there's a chance. I think we're in the rough again though. My fault that, I think, to be fair. So one thing which was pretty cool in the fitting, 140 different shaft options. Now, I know pretty much what shaft generally works for me, but it's always nice, don't get me wrong, we haven't hit 140 different shaft options, because that'd be ridiculous, but generally there's about 40 options in each flex, give or take a few. And I know what you're probably thinking, for that price, there must be some serious technology in these irons. So throw it at me. So the PXG Gen-3 irons do come with a 5x forge head, a milled back, and the world's thinnest face on an iron at 1.55 mil. Imagine trying to measure that. The irons also feature a CNC channel inside the face and high density of tungsten alternating with titanium for the weights in the back to offer more MOI. That's these things here. So how far do we have? The hole was around 400. If you remember here, you'll be honest and say it's more like 380. Uphill we have 214 yards, playing 230 yards. So that means decent iron off the tee, but we're going to have to really step on this to get it there. I think this is probably out of reach. Ball above the feet as well, which doesn't help. But in the fitting, this is probably as good a time as any to mention that in the fitting I did gain around kind of 5 to 8 yards on my current irons. We were carrying this at around 175, which is more than enough. The XP, 210. And interestingly, the P was right in between those as well. We'll throw the numbers up there now actually, so you can have a look at all of those. Come on, big shot. That's as good as I've got, and I've left it out right. Could it be pin high? Go! You know, that's not going to be far away. Let's hit my Mizuno 7-iron and see how far up there we can get. But distance isn't everything, right? I mean they still look great. Clean these again, remember, expensive. So we've spoken performance, we've spoken options, we've spoken fitting. What about the looks? What about the aesthetics of the Gen 3 irons? I really like the look of the weights around the perimeter. I think they look awesome. Obviously they do serve a bit of a purpose as well with forgiveness and whatnot, but I thought the previous ones looked better. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to hold my hands up. I thought the previous ones looked a little bit more, there wasn't as much going on. It's not to say that these don't look good, but they're not quite as good looking as the older brother, which like never happens, ever. The younger brother is always better looking. So they're beautiful. So here short of the green guys we have my Mizuno 7-iron, which for me is generally around 165 yards, maybe 170 at a push. Where's the PXG? So we're walking, I thought it definitely looked a stronger flight. I mean the numbers do say it would go further anyway, but where is it? We're going to leave that. I should probably pick that up actually, because I'm going to have to go back for that, but where is it? Can't be much further up, can it? Maybe we've lost it. This is going to be embarrassing because I think I've probably walked past it by now. It must have plugged somewhere. So this is now the walk of shame, and we're not going to litter Woodson Hall Golf Club with TP5s because that would be littering. It's got to be here. So actually, to be fair, we're still quite a long way short. So asking in 215 yards was uphill, probably a little bit too much. In balance with the Mizuno, there's a bit in there, isn't there? Oh, I've got to go and get my bag now as well. Idiot. Oh, well, we do need the exercise. That's not lying amazing, especially for a one club challenge with a 7-iron. Definitely get that one as well. So interestingly on the angle, there is probably about kind of 8 to 10 yards in that, which I do kind of expect, especially after looking at the numbers in the fitting. Right, so we've got to go over a bunker, out of the rough, from about 50 yards with a 7-iron. I'll tell you what, that's going to be long, but it was a great effort. Oh, we've hit the wall. So guys, a little bit more technology that goes into the PXG Gen-3 irons. We do have a dual core impact reaction core, which sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? But basically what it means is that there is a hard core at the front of the club and a soft core at the back of the club. That's designed to give you ultimate performance but also ultimate feel. So there's that. Should we have another go? I think we should have another go. Let's have a better lie and have another go. Here we go. We're nearly on the fairway now. We'll play this ball I think as well because it's my video, so why not? Oh, that's got to be good. That's going to sit as well. Yeah, that's better. That back, not upset anyone, and give that a clean because it's not mine. They will get this back as well, I think. You might get it back. Another thing which I think PXG do really well, almost as well as Mizuno, and you're going to see where I'm going with this because obviously my Mizuno set are MP20s, MB short irons, HMB long irons. The reasoning for that is because they blend so well in the bag. And I think PXG do a fantastic job of blending all the irons in, so you can maybe have an XP 4 iron. All the clubs do go from 3 iron to gap wedge. You could go XP, PT, PST, and generally just mix it up really nice. So here are the two shots, and that is a great shot. Not so much the one that hit the wall, that was nearly in the clubhouse. Right, well I think we've just about covered most of the tech. So all that's left is to chip in here for birdie and then hole it on the par 3 for a 1, and then we'll call it, I think. Take it out. Come on, hole in one time. That'd be fun on camera, wouldn't it? Right guys, so it is starting to rain, so we're going to be nice and quick. We have a par 3 here. We're going to finish on a hole in 1 because why not? And we have 175 yards, which is perfect for the iron that I've been fitted for. Guys, also just before we do go, I'd like to thank the guys at Woodsome Hall for having me. What a fantastic golf course. It's in great condition for the time of year. Thanks to Lawrence and the guys at PXG for hooking this up and for fitting me for these irons. Now let's finish on a 1. We've got 2 balls as well, so there's 2 chances. Oh, there's every chance. Hit. Ah. We're going to go one more. And you see, this is exactly what spending money on golf should do to you. This is what golf should do. You should be out here in the rain, potentially ruining your camera, ruining all your equipment. Just hit one more shot because you're enjoying it and you potentially want a hole in 1, because this is the perfect yardage for this 7 iron. Pulled that one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've really enjoyed that. That was a review on the brand new PXG Gen-3 irons. I was fitted into the PXG Gen-3 T irons. There's loads of them to try. If they are in your budget, I recommend you go and try them. They feel great, they do perform very, very well. It would be nice if they're a bit cheaper, but I guess we could say that about a lot of things in life. Guys, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Remember to leave us a like as well. If you don't like the product but you enjoy the video, you can still leave a like. That's fine, that's okay. Hit those comments below. Could you afford these? Would you afford them? If you could afford them, would you pay for them? Because there's that as well. Guys, as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Stop raining now. I might carry on. Oh, I've got nowhere else to be. Oh, it's Foxy waiting at the rain.